Yeah.
I am stressed.
You're stressed.
That's where I would like to start. If we're just
you
starting.
can't. I can hear it in your voice. Actually, I can hear a bit of stress.
I have been non-stop from the moment I woke up today to the moment I've sat down to do this, and we can't even consider this stopping. It's been relentless today. And yeah, I am stressed. I am, engaged. I'm active. I'm ready to go. But that is the one word emotion, if anyone's wondering, for today, for me personally.
Yeah, you can hear it in the back of your throat. I can hear it.
I'm a bit raspy. That's also from doing 2 hours of classes for the first time in a long time. So that's, I was a bit excited. So I was yelling a bit.
Where's that gone? Where's that gone? Dong. Yeah.
Oh, I was ready.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you brought that energy because the same. I've got a little bit of ranting to do as well today. Let's just catching up. We haven't caught up for a couple of weeks, so those that follow us on a week-to-week basis, we didn't do a post last week, did we? So I was away, and you were busy getting stressed. So yeah, we've got a little bit more to catch up on, haven't we? I can relate with you. I wouldn't say I'm stressed this week as such. Well, I am, I suppose, but it's one of the words I don't like to use. But I've definitely had the wind knocked out of my sails this week, a bit deflated. I've looked at it. What I've got really good at is identifying it. Looking back in my past history, I don't think I identified it and allowed it to tumble further than it needed to, kind of thing. And I'm really good at identifying it and managing it now. There's not necessarily a one trick out of it. This one seems to be carrying it a bit longer, but I think looking at it, we've come back off of holiday and it's a bit of those holiday blues, and I'm just fed up with it all, to be honest, this week, with this whole shit story of a COVID.
See, I can't even bring myself to say the word anymore. That's how far I've gone with it. I just don't want to hear it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want anyone's opinion on it. because I'm just done, completely done. But I tell you, the reason I use the word stressed, because I don't like that word either, is every time I go to the doctor for anything, which as far as I'm concerned is unrelated, that's the only question I get asked, because they check everything else and they go, are you dealing with any unusual stress at the moment? And I'm always, saying, well, no more than usual. I have work, I have my personal life. But I think the problem is sometimes by not using that word, I pretend like I'm not stressed. And then it builds into a problem beyond being stressed. So I think I try to, like you said, try to identify it and accept it, and then do something about it rather than just letting it snowball and bottling up until I explode and attack someone and kick them in the face.
Yeah, I can see it build. Like, I was even having it before we went away, that sort of build up before you go away and you've got to get everything done. Literally, the Monday morning we were going camping, I was on the laptop and I still had 20 emails I had to reply to and everything else. And I just went, fuck it. And I just shut the laptop down and said, it can wait now. It can wait now, because otherwise we would have never got away. And I started that week employing a just smile. And I find that is a really good tool out of it, even if you're feeling really shit inside. Like, I'll be honest, just doing this podcast was a challenge today. Like, there's a lot of things during the day that I do that, some people would be a challenge, like teaching or that kind of, but I just automate it and I just do it. And like these podcasts is usually, you get the lights set up, you get laptops set, it's just automated. But like today, I had to grind it out. I had to be like, right, you got to do this shit. You got to get on it. And I find if you just smile, it has an effect on yourself. It just lifts the mood and it lifts those around you and everything else. That's one of the tools that I use for getting out of it. And then it's just like a distant memory. But what about you?
Well, can I tell you something that I saw the other day, and I'm still not sure on my feelings of it. Someone posted something about something called toxic positivity. You ever heard this term thrown around?
No, I'm going to say I have, but when you've got, I was talking to someone else about this the other day, when you have a childhood memory and you think it's not a childhood memory because it's photos you've seen and stories your siblings or your parents told you, and you fabricated it. So I'm going to say it's one of those. No, toxic positivity.
I'd never heard of it before, and someone posted about it, and it's basically it's kind of attacking what you just said of always trying to look for the positive, or always trying to be a positive person and never allowing yourself to be negative. And I don't know how I felt about it, because my initial reaction to it was, that's just ridiculous, and you're just trying to justify being a negative person by labeling positive people as toxic. And then I wasn't sure if it doesn't mean that, and it's actually talking to people who are being fake with their positivity online.
Yes.
With an online presence. It's just a tricky one. The word came up and I've been pondering it, because I'm not quite sure if I believe in it. If I believe there's such thing as toxic positivity, or is that just people being unresponsive to positive people?
I would like to say, with what you said, it's a bit deeper than it needs to be, in my opinion. But people are looking at those toxically being happy, like they're portraying, they're saying the right things, they're all of those kind of things. Just the fakeness of it. That's what I would say is a toxic positivity. The fakeness in it. There's no authenticity in it. For me, I'm 100% positivity, and there's no toxicness in my positivity. I do it. I believe there is a choice. It is as simple as black and white. You're either positive or not. I don't think there's like a grey area in this. We're not talking about being relaxed and calm. It's the glass is either half full or half empty. It isn't just a glass with water. And I will always steer on the side of positivity, partly down to the mental health, the experience that I've had with very close family and where that took me. And it's like I'm only one way with that.
Yeah. Well, I agree, because I'm the same way, and I try to always look at the positive and find the positive, because you just find if you go the other way, it's just a one-way trip to hell. It's not going to take you anywhere good. So
this week has been quite toxic for me. Like I said, the sales have been deflated, and it's like the shit that starts coming into your head, the negativity, the thinking over things that don't need to be thought over, that are in boxes well away, that don't need to be brought up. It's all that kind of stuff starts to come up, and it's like, man, I can't go there.
No.
So if this person's referring to toxic positivity as in the fakeness of a non-authentic self, of social media posts and everything else, then I completely but that's quite a deep and different conversation. I think that's
I think so.
You're talking about people's self-esteem there, but if they're talking about someone being positive and it's toxic to them, I'd like to punch them in the face.
I found myself getting, I don't know how I found myself getting angry at it. That was my initial response to it, was like, why are you trying to attack positivity? That's just a really messed up thing to do. It's, especially if people are trying, because for, like we've said a lot, it takes effort to choose to be positive and to try to look on the bright side of things and find the lesson in things, rather than just play the victim. So, someone's putting in that effort to feel that way and to push their mind down that direction. And then your decision is to attack that. It just blows my mind sometimes. I don't know.
To me, it's like taking candy off of a baby.
Yes.
It's like, you shouldn't do it.
It's low-hanging fruit. It's
just wrong.
Kicking someone when they're down. It's just a strange attitude to have to the world. I just can't relate to what's going on. I can't even empathize with what would be going through someone's head to feel the need to act that way.
Yeah.